So, you had the sort of freedom and relaxation that came through your Thai practice. Could you tell us a little bit more about the evolution of your personal ninjutsu, taijutsu, To-Shin Do movement over the years? As you developed in skill, as you sort of came into the Rumiko style of movement, yeah.
Of course, I started when so many years ago. I had to just mimic. I had to imitate the movement, and so that was not me. I was learning. Here is ABC, and so I was learning ABC, and then so that stage, that stage of learning how to do it, and then. But once in round one of my interview, I was told that my movement is like a men's movement, but I did not realize that, and I thought I had to be strong and as much as I can, and but I realized that though there must be a way that me as a woman can move, and because there's a limitation. I cannot move sometimes like a man's movement, and so I realized that no, I should adapt the taijutsu to me instead of me adapting to this ideal taijutsu image, and that's how I think how I evolved. My movement evolved. It's okay to move like a woman, but in order to move like a woman, I got to be able to really emphasize or really find out where is my best position. We talked about the kuraidori position and timing, and then so from that point of view, just because I'm a woman, I had to investigate into that more.
Well, I do want to interject that myself and several of the sort of senior To-Shin Do men really closely watch and imitate your movement. So your movement is uniquely powerful and effective. Is there an adaptation that you made by moving more circularly or getting lower or doing multiple things at once that you found to be important?
I think so, because if I try to do it in a one technique, then I gotta be using all my strengths, but against a bigger attacker or fast attacker, I will not be able to do that. So therefore, I gotta be paying attention, very in tune with where's their balance breaking point, and then so in order for me to do that, I have to keep moving. So my leg work becomes so important. So I stay low is one of my I guess a staple kind of a movement. Stay low. And then upper body relaxed, but lower body, I'm relying on my lower body, but the lower movement is very invisible because people can't just only see here, but lower movement is invisible. And so that's how I emphasize, and then how I developed my movement.
I hope everybody's listening out there. Stay relaxed and get low to fight like Mrs. Hayes. Speaking of women in the dojo, do you think or have you observed anything that the dojos in To-Shin Do and martial arts in general could or should do to make it more welcoming for women, and to make sure that women feel comfortable and valued enough to continue to stay so that they reach the high leadership levels like Master Helen Russo, like yourself?
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I totally believe that more women are exposed to martial
Mm-hmm.
arts, I think the world will be a little happier place. I really do believe so. And um, because they are more confident, they're more happier, they know how to handle the situation physically and also mentally. And then the more people, the more women feel that way. And then I think it's really um, they are very much happier in dealing with the maybe the with their children, with their partners, with their workplace, because they are paying more attention to um, what would be the most appropriate way for me to react right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because the To-Shin Do really focuses on solution
Mm-hmm.
rather than problem
Mm-hmm.
solving. And so I think at the dojo and in each quest center, if we can really focusing on this is the solution oriented martial arts. Not when I'm focusing on the problem, to put an oil in a problem, more problem, but how are we dealing with this solution? How to solve this problem? I think the people will become more aware of yeah, I don't want to be a part of the problem,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to be a part of the solution. And I think the more women, of course, the
Mm-hmm.
women too, but men too, but more ladies are involved, more girls are involved, they start to think about, okay, that's how I solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do hope that more women are involved with the To-Shin Do and then, martial arts in general. But of course, I believe in my To-Shin Do.
Sure.
So more people to be involved in To-Shin Do, I think that the happier place this will become. Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's anything that needs to be remembered in the dojo to make those women feel safe and valued and respected?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, of course, you like to have a female instructor.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one of the things that women feel comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of jokingly say, when we were going to school, right? Like elementary school, junior high, or whatever. And, I grew up in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we have a recess time, the girls go, "Do you want to go to the bathroom?" "Sure, let's go to the bathroom."
Mm-hmm.
They go together, They go to the bathroom together. But here, if the man asks, "Hey, do you want to go to the bathroom?" That's not a good news, But women just like to do things together
Mm-hmm.
as a group,
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think it's a nature. And at one time I mentioned that to Stephen, yeah, and he says, well, that's because of probably the a nature of women have to work together to protect while the guys are out there hunting or whatever, so women have to work together. So that's how probably developed,
Mm-hmm.
the women work, do do things together.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, the female instructor will be a very good one. And, North Carolina, Quest Center, you have lots of women involved. And then because they feel very good, they feel comfortable because, oh, this is the place a lot of women are, and then they feel comfortable. And so the more ladies you can have in your the dojo, that would be best. And I think just to value them, you can do it. You can do it, and look at the power you felt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that kind of encouraging words, and that will probably help them to come back next time, and then for them to start to achieve
Mm-hmm.
the higher belts. Encouragement, and then encouragement from the other ladies, other women's, the group, the community.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes a big difference.